Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today I'm going to be showing you a way I've come up with to honor my son. Let's get started. So the history behind this watch is when we first got married, the wife and I went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and maybe 3 weeks before we went on the cruise, we had found out that we were expecting. And when we were on the cruise, I went ahead and paid at the overpriced gift shop on the boat for this watch. It was originally intended to be my everyday carry. It was going to be emblematic of the fact that I was now a man. I was able to maintain my own household. I now had a family that I needed to provide for, and this was a indicator of that. This was a way for me to appreciate exactly how much my life would be changing. As it turns out, it took on a bit of its own history. So my son came 3 months premature. He was 3.5 pounds. He was in the NICU. I try to forget, but he was in the NICU for, if I recall, 68 days, 70 days. He was in there for a while. So what I ended up doing is I dedicated this watch to him. I will be rolling in right here a video of this watch being with him in his first couple days in the NICU. What this watch has taken on is, if you look closely here, if the phone will cooperate, we have a golden cog and a golden flywheel, and we have 2 blue screws. As it turns out, my son is currently a towhead. He is blonde-haired, blue-eyed. So the watch actually almost has replicated him in that, which is a really cool characteristic. There would be no way for me to plan that, but here we are. Additionally, you'll see that there is a second clock here, and the intention would be that you would set that up for a different time zone. It's currently broken, not a high marks for the Sterling brand there. But what I've decided to do is repurpose that. So you'll notice it's set to 12:34. That's the time my son was born. That does not change. So every time I looked at this watch, I was reminded of the time my son was born. And there's a couple things that are going to be coming together here. I named him after myself, selfish as that is, but the interesting aspect was my father's name is also my name, which is also my son's name. And then it turns out through happenstance, my wife's father's name is also my father's name, my name, and my son's name. So we have a bit of a lineage going on there. This watch, what I've decided to do is repurpose it to honor him. And what I will be doing is throughout the rest of his life, I will be wearing this watch to all of the special events in his life. His birthdays, his Christmases, graduation, high school, baseball games, all that stuff. And what I intend on doing is gifting him this watch when he comes of age, be that 18, 21, graduate from college, whenever that time comes. But this is going to serve as a reminder that he can go back through the photo album and he can see that we had plans for him. We wanted him here. He can see this watch following him as he has grown up, before it ends up on his wrist, and it will follow him for the rest of his life. There are no batteries to replace in this, being an automatic. and then you start getting into some of the metaphorical stuff. If he continues moving, the watch will continue working, just as in life. If you continue on, you're going to be making progress. You're going to get stuff done. This one is a hybrid automatic. Are we going to focus? So right here is your mainspring. It coils up. As you move, this rotor will swing back and forth, and that is your winding mechanism. So as you move, the watch will power itself, but you can also wind it manually. So if you put in the work, the watch will continue to work. If he continues on, if he progresses, if he puts forth the effort, he's going to get the benefits of that in life. As we covered, he's blonde-haired, blue-eyed. We have the date of his birth there. And to me, the fact that I ended up in this all just happened to come together naturally, of course. But the intricacies of the watch, the fact that it is a couple pieces of metal bent to a certain shape, designed to do a certain task, the intricacies of the watch will also reflect the intricacies of life. Technically, he should not be here. He was born very small, very premature. And the fact that he's doing so well is a blessing. It's fantastic. But the intricacies of life, there are so many ways that it shouldn't have worked, that it couldn't have worked. Just as with this watch, there are so many reasons it should break, it should not function, the metal should grind to a halt, it should stop, but it's not, and that's by design. So all that to say, this is a concept that I came up with that ended up being, I think, a really cool way of honoring him. It's the gift of time, it's the gift of being able to keep track of your life, of progression, be it day by day with this one. But it has followed him for his life, and it will be with him for the rest of his life. So the point of this video was to consider the idea of heirloomage, something that can be passed down, not by sheer will to survive, but by the concept of, I intend this to be passed on. I intend this to have emotional value as well as maybe financial value. While I will be wearing this one most days, this one is for special occasions because it is itself a special occasion. This could be a ring, it could be a bracelet, necklace, earrings, some piece of jewelry. I would recommend something that by design will survive several decades. But it's an interesting concept, a novel concept. I don't know that I've heard of something like this before from someplace else. So coming up on the Christmas season, coming up on the end of the year, remembering the end of the year, I just thought I'd make a video putting this concept out there. What a fantastic way to honor your children, to let them know that they matter, that they're planned for, that there's a reason that they are here. And to have something that will follow them from the beginning of their life and continue on for the rest of their life. I think that's really cool. I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next video.